I'm a fat pig.
What did you just call me?
I'm starving.
I am so full.
I'm gonna vomit.
I can't fit.
I'm nauseous.
What are you going to order?
Can I get a side of mayo?
I'm sweating.
Do you hear my breathing?
I cannot stop eating chips.
This is not an extra large.
Do I look fat?
Welcome to Fat Pig. I'm Frank Liotti.
And I'm Jessica Curson.
Hey, here's what's churning in my gut.
You know why I just sang that?
Why?
Because I'm in such a, blah mood, and I feel like I'll feel better if I sing something.
Well, I tell you what.
What?
I just had blood drawn from a trainee, like someone that they're training to draw blood. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's Halloween. I'm going to go as like a heroin addict for Halloween because my arm is going to be bruised. I have never been in such pain when someone drew blood.
Wait a second. How did you know they were in training?
Because a woman was watching him saying, this one has to be filled up to this line. Do it here to the left.
Oh,
tap
that's
on it.
not okay.
You know? And all he said was, my birthday, October 2nd, too.
Oh, God.
My birthday.
Can you imagine if he didn't take blood, but he shot you up with heroin?
I would love that.
I know. I don't think I need something upbeat right now.
Heroin, I think, here's what I think it is. Like when I had some spine injections and they put you out for like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. I was about to ask when they were going to give me the anesthesia stuff. And right then,
I know.
This feeling of
exactly.
Nirvana.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you're done.
Yeah, that's the ambient thing. There's like 5 minutes where you're like, ah, la, 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 la. And then you pass out.
Tea, a drink with jam and bread.
Jam and bread.
Will bring us back
to do. A deer. Fuck my ear. Fuck it as hard as you can.
If you had to have sex with either a deer.
Mm-hmm. I'd kill it, yeah.
No, but you have to have sex with it, though.
Can it be a fawn? Because I'm into young.
No, it has to be the thing with the horns on the head.
Oh, wow. That has to go inside me?
All of it does.
Both horns?
No, just the penis.
I might have to stretch it out for a couple of months before both horns can
You don't know where
inside.
these horns have been.
If I have to get both horns inside, I'm going to have to stretch it out. So I'm going to have to fuck a whole football team.
Fuck a whole football team.
Yeah, get stopped.
I don't know if I said this last week, but I can't get it out of my head. 20 years of like serving people fried chicken and cleaning up dirty plates, or a 5-minute blowjob with a disgusting person and then a film career. Like, I want someone to hit on me so I can get signed to William Morris and move to Hollywood to rescue me. To me, that I would be saved.
But I don't understand. You think if you did that and moved to Hollywood that you would make it?
No, what I'm saying is if someone disgusting, riddled with acne, because he is, I've seen him in person.
Oh, I feel bad if anyone's listening that has acne.
No, because Harvey Weinstein...
He doesn't have acne. He has scars.
He has scars. None of our listeners have acne because
that's not true.
Yes,
a lot of them eat high-fat foods.
No, before you were part of the picture, when I was setting up Fat Pig, I had admissions, and I had got headshots from all of the listeners. None of them have acne.
No, listen.
I don't want to listen.
I know you want to just talk, but you have to listen too.
So horny.
Frank, why are you so horny? You probably were with 5 people this week.
I haven't been with someone in so long.
I love that. Like, you're going to say how long?
It was a different month. And today's the 30th of October for the
Sorry, I don't have a cold. I think I'm riddled with cancer.
You always say that.
I am. There's no way I could be this angry and say I did not have a horrible disease inside of me.
I used to always think that. I don't anymore because of Susan.
I love when you say her name and not my therapist.
I just had Susan
thing.
now. I just came from Susan. First blood test and then Susan.
Oh, can you imagine if Susan drew your blood? So what makes you feel that way? Oh, this is going to pinch a little.
Wait, what was she wearing today? She looked like a cop.
Really?
It's like it was fashionable, but it looked like a cop uniform, sort of.
Have you ever been with a cop?
Retired.
No,
not retired, retarded. Freeze, motherfucker!
Pull over! Pull over! In your...
Got the box. I need to do your ID.
Pull over in your skateboard.
Do you like ketchup?
I'm gonna arrest you. I have a rubber band. Pull out your 2 arms and a leg. I'm making Wait, I was just thinking of something. This is horrible.
Have you ever been with a cop?
Oh, yes, I was with a cop. I have an amazing story.
Scuba cop.
I was with a cop. I went...
The Texas?
Yes. And I met her in an airport bathroom. Frank just took a sip like my grandmother. Wait, can I do it? Just make it really quiet. Swallow that and then I'll make it quiet. But don't say a word. So I met Dolores and we played a game of cards and then she...
The human body is disgusting.
She didn't understand that. Excuse me.
Ew.
I'm going to Florida tomorrow night and I'm going to kill myself.
For one of those I want to come.
Oh, God. Frank, can you? What do you have?
I wish I could go. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm coming back Thursday morning.
What do I have?
I have to perform at a luncheon on Wednesday.
That's the thing. I've heard you say it on stage. What's the name of the place called again?
Hunter's Run. My grandmother lived there.
You can't make that up.
No, my grandmother lived there. I spent years there. I'm doing a luncheon for an organization that supports Israeli kids who don't have a place to live. What are they called?
Kids that don't have a place to live?
Orphan. I forgot what they're called.
Wait, when are you leaving?
On a 6 o'clock flight tomorrow.
At night?
Or 8. I don't even remember what time my flight
Evening,
is.
though.
Yes.
Because if I cannot break this dental appointment.
When is dental?
12, it's taken
Frank,
months.
Every day you go to a doctor. How many? Every week you go to the doctor.
I'm going to become one. Like, I think they should make me one just because I go all the time.
I think that you probably know more than most doctors know.
I want to wear scrubs so badly.
Oh, you would look really hot in scrubs.
Oh, I love that. You go to the cafeteria with the bonnet thing on.
And well, you know what might happen to you? Might show your bulge. You might show your bulge in a scrub.
Say it again, but with no Say it again, but with no consonants.
What the hell the consonant is? What's a consonant?
You might show your bulge.
Oh, you want scrub? You don't see no bulge. If you want scrub, you see no bulge. You gonna scare the children? Do you understand what I just said? You gonna scare the children?
You're gonna see. I thought it said you're gonna see that.
Scare, motherfucker!
You're gonna see that, Julia. Can you imagine you were doing that? We have to film that and put subtitles.
What? Oh,
like you doing that with like subtitles.
She said she's going to the store
like
on
it's
Tuesday.
in a foreign film.
Yeah.
Buy 6 of the onions, Vidalia, the kind I like.
Should we wear scrubs?
Wait a minute. The other day in Barnes and Nobles, I thought that
Nobles.
this man had on scrubs, but then I realized he was like at first I thought he was Italian, but he was Indian. I realized he had like his nails were like Barbra Streisand nails in the 70s, but they weren't like white French tips. They were black. I thought it was like a Halloween thing or polish. It was dirt.
Oh,
he was like
no.
mental patient scrubs.
Oh, I hope it wasn't shit.
I don't know, but it was really black.
It might have been someone who doesn't
brown.
eat enough fiber.
I'm gonna throw up. Shit's brown. I want to come to Florida.
Brown. Let's look at flights.
Can I use your Flyers frequency?
Yeah, you might be able to. Flyers frequency.
The only thing. Oh, I might be having surgery Wednesday. I find out tomorrow.
Wait. Okay. Can I just say to all the listener, Frank just said I might be having surgery on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. What kind of surgery?
Look. See?
He has a Band-Aid on his
inner thigh, inner arm.
On his anal tract. Frank, where would you have surgery?
Sinus.
Oh my God. Why are they telling you tomorrow for Wednesday?
Because I said I want it as soon as possible. I want it done now so I can smell and taste again.
I know, it's horrific.
So they're going to try and squeeze me in Wednesday. But if it doesn't happen, I'll go to Florida. I have money. I can go.
Frank.
That was fake.
No, it wasn't.
Can we plug your show?
What show?
The one that's on Sunday.
Of course. I didn't know which show you were talking about. Sometimes I dance at 10s.
I'm recording an album, but I think I just might do greatest hits of like Rodgers and Hammerstein instead of comedy.
When are you doing your album? Tell people.
I don't know yet.
Well, we're doing a show at the Fat Black Pussycat. What'd you call me? Sunday, November 5th, this Sunday at 7 o'clock. You go to comedyseller.com to buy tickets, and I know it's almost sold out. So it's very exciting. There's great people on. Chris DiStefano's doing it.
He is?
May Ron, who did our show. Roy Wood Jr. From The Daily Show. It's going to be a blast.
Chris has good family stuff.
Yeah, it's a specific show. It's people who talk about family stuff on stage.
Right.
So, or not just on stage, but like, not everyone's open to talking about that. Most comics aren't, but people who, that's why Frank is so perfect for this. It's people who can be honest and open about stuff.
Right.
So it's going to be great.
And I have a plug too.
What's your plug?
I'm going to be in the New York Comedy Festival in New York's Funniest.
Oh, that is so. When is that show?
Finals.
That is so exciting.
The finals are at Caroline's on November 11th, Saturday at 4 in the afternoon.
Oh God, that's late.
If I'm number one, I'm going to kill myself. If they
can't put you on first. Listen, if anyone stays up late and can go to the 4 o'clock show.
It's 4 in the afternoon.
I know, I'm joking.
You're going to confuse people.
But you guys should go. Go to Caroline's and support Frank on November 11th, you said?
Yeah.
Is that the 11th?
It's part of the New York Comedy Festival, and it's called New York's Funniest.
And how many people perform?
I feel about as funny today as like a strep throat culture.
How many? I probably have strep throat too. How many people?
Always. You have the same thing.
I don't have strep throat. How many people are on the show? Is it like 10 people?
Like 10,000. Wait, you know how this is my favorite thing that we do? I think 10. This is my favorite thing that we do. Like whenever I tell you something like funny that like something, I love when you have to do it and do it bigger.
What? Like what?
Oh my God, wait, let me think of something.
Do it
for
bigger.
example, like if I said to you like that thing with no consonants, this is my, like if I was like, can you imagine we hadn't talked with no consonants? Can you imagine we hadn't talked with no consonants?
Yeah.
And then you always do it back.
What?
But you do like your version of it when it's bigger. Like jokes in the car, like when I...
You mean like riffing off each other?
Like remember when I told you I played that handicapped person because we were in handicapped seats at the movie It?
Yeah.
And I pretended to kind of like gesticulate a little bit. And then you were doing it back to me.
Well, I've always done that with my friends even growing up. Like one person will do something and then I'll do it and then they'll do it and then I'll do it. So you just keep like doing
I love
it with
that.
each
That's
other.
why, because it reminds me of my teenage years.
Yeah. I like it too.
It's very freeing.
It's very freeing. I just did it. I did it, but I did it bigger. I said it's very freeing, but bigger. Mm-hmm. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it. All right, let's talk about food.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna say I'm a secret eater. I've been saying that a lot, but I do eat at night when I'm by myself.
What?
I've been doing it since I'm a young kid. It was like, and I think part of it is that it's like my own thing. I've talked about this that no one knows about. Like it's secretive and it's my own secret thing. It's like why people do drugs alone or.
What do you think it's from?
I think it's
like if you had to really pinpoint what it is.
I've talked about it so much in therapy. It's my own private thing that no one can control. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it makes me feel like I'm not being controlled at all. Mm-hmm. And it's also like it's embarrassing. So I don't eat in front of people a lot, like a lot of food. Mm-hmm. I mean, in front of you, I would, or people that are close to me. But I've never been the kind of person that just eats in a restaurant in front of everybody.
Right. So I feel like I've never seen you eat like crazy. It feels
I don't anymore.
Me. Right, you don't anymore.
But like I do eat stuff. My thing is night. It's late at night.
And what stuff? Like what's an example?
I mean, listen, it could be healthy stuff, but it's a lot. Like I'll eat a protein bar. I'll eat, some quinoa chips, but I could eat a whole bag. And then I'll have cheese, and then I'll have something else in the fridge, and then I'll have it's just way too much. I'm not hungry, and I'm eating to hurt myself. I'm consciously eating to just numb.
There's still a part of me that feels like, and I don't want to drive right over that eating to numb thing because it's huge. And it took me, Like I'd always heard that expression, but it took a long time for it to land and for me to develop the awareness and realize, yeah, I really am eating to numb, and now I get what that is. But I think that it's still better to eat those things if you have to binge than to like, I bought like a $10 bag of Halloween candy at Walmart in like June.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I bought like 4 of them already.
Well, for me, I feel like shit the next day. A lot of times that stuff has chemicals too. And it's not good for you. And I don't feel well the next day when I eat too much late at night, no matter what I'm eating. I mean, not if I'm eating like fruit and
we talked
vegetables.
about the food hangover last week, right?
Yeah, and then also I feel like I'm out of control. That's the biggest thing, know. But
so
if I ate all that other shit, like Doritos and candy, and whatever, I would be 300 pounds. I mean, I would blow up. So at least I'm eating. You're right. I'm not eating like horrible stuff, but I feel out of control. And I'm definitely eating to numb, for sure. Because it makes me, like, tired. And I'm just like, after I eat like that.
It's like white noise. When I've eaten to numb, it's just like white noise. It's like not even feeling it, not tasting it, not feeling it. Just like...
Exactly.
The thing that blew me away was when my most current therapist said, "You're not being fed."
Yeah, that's a huge...
It just landed.
Yes, well, she's right.
And she said it so matter-of-factly. And once I kind of like heard that, not once, but over the course of time, I feel like the eating has kind of eased up a little bit. It really kind of has. It's just like it's a myriad of stuff. It's not just that one thing. It's a decision. You know, people have always said, you can decide to be happy. And I always felt that my emotions...
I'm sorry. I just think that's so... It's not true when you have a depression or anxiety problem. It's like, you just don't eat bread. Okay. Thank you so much. I never thought of that before.
You should do, Frank, just bite into a piece of fruit as soon as you can.
Right.
Like, oh, all right.
Yeah, that's what's going to make you... Just eat... People say, you should really just start eating kale and spinach. And I'm like, I was abused and I am very depressed. So
my mom worked nights and my dad was a janitor. I never saw them.
Yeah, just eat kale.
Wait. But it was more of like, for whatever reason, I was ready. Like, I would always... Like, even when you would say to me, I can't let myself hang on to things... I used to think to myself, I can't do that. They hang on to me. I can't let disappointment or despair go in 2 hours like you can. And for whatever reason, I hit some kind of bottom with it. I guess it was just from being consistent with therapy. And I don't know if there was one thing that just made me let go and not be freaked out in traffic or walking up subway steps behind someone texting. I just don't go there anymore. It's weird. For the most part. It's affected my stage. Let's talk about the stage stuff when it comes to that, like you wanted to before.
But I want to just say really quick that I so understand. And when you said on the podcast that she said, well, it's not because you're not being fed, that really landed with me too, just so you know. I thought about it a lot after, and I really get that.
Right.
And also, now I forgot the second part. Shit. And we're on a podcast, so I better remember it soon. It's okay, Jessica. Forgive yourself.
I have to shit.
You're a loser.
I'm pushing it back in.
Hello?
Hi. Do you have an extra bathroom, or is this the only one?
This is the only one, sir.
Oh, great, because it's going to run down my fucking leg.
So I don't remember the second part, but it was something you just said about feelings. Oh, I know what it was.
Letting them go?
You said, yes, you just started like being more patient in public and all that stuff. And I think I got so sick of watching the news and being upset about the whole election thing. The more I talked about it and saw how miserable I was making myself, I snapped out of it like a week ago. It's the weirdest thing. I'm just like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
I'm, like, my whole life is revolved around this fucking, Twitter.
Right.
Like, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm wasting every day.
I will say this because I understand that some people listening are in that now, are in that kind of despair and in that kind of shitty reality right now. I will say this, the universe kind of threw me a bone a little bit finally, and I started to get, not a lot, but I got like a little bit more. I started to work at Caroline's. So in other words, like all I wanted was like, this time around was one thing to like brighten up what I felt was so dark, and I got it. And it wasn't even like tons of stuff. It was just 1 or 2 dates at Caroline's. And I kind of like took that and ran with it and started working in gratitude big time. Mm-hmm. And thinking of all the stuff that you hear in, like, say, the program and whatnot, thinking of being of service to people, thinking of somebody else's story before my own, not knowing what they have going on. Mm-hmm. And then there was just so much at once in the world. There were the fires in California.
Yeah.
The shootings. What was it? Vegas shooting, the disasters in Barbuda and Puerto Rico. So much happened in the world that it just made me like break and let go. And I'm afraid. I'm almost, it's like walking across like the bridge in the horror movie Evil Dead, one of those wooden bridges that, like, I'm afraid step by step that it's going to go away, but I just take it day by day. When I say it, I mean like this newfound kind of
yeah, you just have
zen.
to, right. Well, you just take it day by day, one day at a time, and it's going to be fine.
Right.
You're on the right track,
right.
And it sounds like you're doing really great.
That is good. It's a good thing. It certainly affected my stage stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, there were a couple of tough audiences that could have been horrific bombs because they were bad audiences. And they weren't great sets, but they were better because I stayed, like, chill and didn't, attack them as much as I would have normally.
Well, that was a big part of why I just got off it. Because that was a big part of it, because almost every show first of all, I was doing way too much stand-up. I was like getting on stage so that I wouldn't not get on stage. Like, I kept saying, I better get on stage as much as I can, because all I wanted to do was not perform. And I'll be miserable if I don't perform for weeks. So, but I was going on stage and being so angry, so defensive. It's like the second I was on stage, I was defensive and hated the audience and felt like they hated me and they were judging me. And it was horrible. And I wasn't enjoying it at all. And I've really tried to shift and just pray before I go on stage and just say, God, please help me get out of my own head. Help me just be loving to these people. They all have issues and stuff. And, they're human and they're not bad people. And it's helped me have a lot more fun on stage. But it's really hard sometimes. We were talking about this before, Frank and I, but, listen, getting on stage when you're in a bad place, emotional or physical, that's another thing with eating. Like, if I feel like shit the next day and I have shows and I don't get rest, it's much harder to perform. Much harder.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand people that can work in chaos, actors or comics.
Yeah.
Like, I know some actors like when their life is going like shit, and some comics, they say they're addicted to the crappiness of it so that they can be funny. Mm-hmm. I have to come from a solid, centered place so that I can be free to perform.
Well, I think there are times when I can be really funny when I'm really off, but I don't feel good about it, meaning I get laughs, but I walk off and feel like shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I just feel like I was so angry and I don't want to be like that. I know.
Hate it. I hate that. I hate feeling that angry on stage and then like getting laughs and still feeling like shit when you get off. I hate it.
Yeah, and then people always go, you did great. What's the big deal? And it's like, well, I don't feel good at all.
Right.
I feel like shit that I was yelling or angry.
Oh my God, what did I say? I want to hide from the audience when they come out. And then I become like this normal person off stage when they see me, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much for being a good sport. And they were like, what? It was fun. But I think that as a creative, I think that I can't even believe I'm saying this, the colors that are available to us as artists, it's just so much richer when we come from a place of like centered and neutral, so to speak, because then it opens everything else up. Where if you're muscling through it and tension and holding on to negativity, you're kind of stuck in like one room, so to speak. I think that if you keep it open, it lets us go anywhere when we start at neutral.
Yeah, and it's very, very hard when you have major stuff going on in your life. Like, I mean, I have stuff with a child that I've dealt with, and it's very upsetting sometimes. Yep. She's okay, but it's health stuff. And I've had stuff with relationships, breakups, where it's just... I can't even believe that I've done it, that I got on stage after that was going on. It's crazy.
Right. I wouldn't be able to say what I just said if I hadn't been doing stand-up during all the losses in my life and the suicide and the cancer and the hospitals, because I would have nothing to compare it to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying, oh, I'm late with rent or whatever, even though somebody's reality is just pain, But when there was all that stuff going on, it was very hard to get to a place of neutrality, to like begin in a centered place, because I was wearing it like a costume, despair and sadness. You just can't shake it when life happens. I don't think. You have to let it be when life is happening, when you're going through a divorce or you have a sick family member.
Well, you and I also don't drink or do drugs before we go on stage, which makes a difference, because a lot of people will have a drink or two and then they're much looser, even no matter what's going on in their life. Right. I got high one time before a show. I think I've said this, and looked around and panicked and freaked out. This was literally 18 years ago that I was freaking out that people were laughing at me, and I was high. I was so paranoid. Yeah. I freaked out.
8 years ago, I was on coke and I had drinks at a show it was in Astoria, and it was an every Sunday show, and it was like 11 at night by the time I went on. The show had started at like 6. And I felt like I had one of the best sets of my life. I was high on coke and I was wasted. I probably looked like an imbecile. I probably looked like an idiot.
Wasn't that the one when you only had tube socks on and you shit on stage?
Okay, somebody showed me, I'm not going to say who it is. It's one of our former guests, Chris Stefano, showed me what is it called, a GIF or a GIF?
A GIF.
Do you like GIF or Skippy better?
Skippy.
You eat like organic.
No,
Skippy?
I like Skippy. I like Skippy. Which one's the one that's natural? I like the Skippy natural. I mean, it has sugar.
Natural's the one with the brown label. They both have it.
I like natural. I like the natural one.
Do you like the
I don't like. I don't.
in it?
I like natural peanut butter, but I hate pussy hair.
Do you like a bald pussy?
Yes, of course.
My lips got numb after I just said that. You
eat ass.
A bald pussy.
Excuse me. I'd rather have a bald pussy than a dirty ass.
No one. Would you want a dirty pussy? Listen, if somebody's ass is dirty and they let you go near it,
let's talk about it. Like
that's somebody retarded.
A character. If you had a choice between a natural pussy or a dirty asshole.
You mean like a child, like a girl?
No, not a child. Someone in the 20s. A bald putt. No. You rather...
A bald motherfucking. You mean?
No. That's not what I mean. I mean a natural.
It's always an argument.
Bush pussy or a dirty asshole.
Or a dirty asshole. Lick my asshole. That's like the.
Yo, you want to come home with me? I got a dirty asshole. Lick it, motherfucker.
Lick that asshole clean.
Lick my asshole. Lick my asshole. Lick my asshole. We're out of our minds.
Wait a minute.
No.
But what was the purpose of this?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, about pussy. I don't know. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Pussy, asshole, lick it. Lick
dirty
my dirty
ass.
asshole.
Fuck my ass. Wait, what were we?
Seriously, I feel like we're talking about blueberry
My grandmother.
pancakes. I feel sexless. Sexless.
Would you rather have blueberry or chocolate chip?
Oh, that's what I said. Chunky, peanut butter, or smooth?
Oh, right.
Smooth.
No, I like... I like chunky I like either, to be honest with you.
I like smooth GIF. Oh, so Chris Stefano showed me a GIF of someone, of the ass pooping, of someone pooping.
What kind of ass was it?
I don't know. It was upside down.
You couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman?
It was a woman. I mean, that I could tell.
Yeah, that would really gross me out.
But seriously, it could have had like a trunk for genitals, and all you can focus on is the anus in that moment.
Did it stretch a lot, or did it?
It looked like it was giving birth to like a tube of like cookie dough, but not as enticing.
Love cookie dough,
like double chocolate cookie dough.
No, chocolate chip cookie dough
with a cone-headed end,
and the egg makes you have diarrhea. It's perfect. You can binge
about
and
the feces. It's so disgusting. That sexual fetish of shit.
I don't get it. I'm not judging it, but I don't get it.
They call it scat.
I know. Shit on my face.
I know. See, can you imagine, like the Flintstones, like a cat is the engine, is the fire alarm. Wait, if I had a headache and I was a listener, that's where I would turn it off.
No, this is where you would turn it off.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
Alex's hand just threw.
I knew you were going to do that.
Went right on the board.
Because then it would go. Boop,
oh, I like that. That's.
Oh no! And then it goes.
That was so good.
But it's true. That's the famous thing.
That was the exact thing it was. Hello?
You see the anus, and then I'm looking like I have, like my fingers are in a graph over my face with like the smallest peephole because I don't want to see it. You know, like I was covering my eyes.
I understand. I had a finger in my ass the other day at the gyno.
No way.
I didn't tell you that?
Is it a woman?
No, and
It's a man?
It was a new man because of insurance stuff. And he was not the friendliest person, and I did not like that he had his finger in my ass and he had no personality.
Did he have a glove on?
Could you imagine? No, he did it with his tongue. Of course he had a glove on. If he goes in there, he's going to come out with like fucking quinoa chips and anger.
I think you said anchor. Can you imagine he pulled out like an anchor from the sea? It was an anchor up your ass.
There was a dolphin.
A drive-in movie theater screen.
A national park.
A bust. You know, like those, what are those, like a brass sculpture of George Washington.
I thought you meant bosoms. So I hear you do comedy, and then he just shoved it in. He even say this is gonna hurt a little, or I was like,
did he go and spit on his finger?
Yeah, he jerked off all over my asshole and then put his finger in.
Did you really go to a man gynecologist?
Yeah, I had to because of insurance stuff.
I hate when I have to get my penis examined because I don't. Even if it's whether it's like a Neanderthal or like a manicurist, little like Asian woman, it always like I could be impotent for a decade. And then all of a sudden, like somebody in the doctor's office looks at it, and all of a sudden, I'm like, please think of like a decapitated cat, because it starts to get aroused.
It gets what?
Aroused.
Oh, that is so funny. I would
because I'm telling it not to.
Right.
I can't explain it because I'm telling it not to. It's been a while though. I feel like now, even if it were like someone studly, it would still look like a mushroom.
Do you know what women have to get done at the gyno? You have to have a clamp put in there and like stretch and then do the thing with the Q-tip. The
pap test stuff.
It's horrible.
I do. The large Q-tip?
Yeah, it's just horrible. Like they have to swipe it. And then he had these socks with jelly beans.
You mean like Tinder?
Wait, do you know the what are they called?
Socks with the stirrups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you put your feet in.
Uh-huh.
There was socks on each one with jelly beans on them to like try and lighten up the mood.
Socks. They made you put the socks on.
No, I had to put my feet in the things for your feet. And I can't think of anything today. I'm sorry. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Put your legs
Stirrups.
up. Yeah. Is that what they're called?
Stirrups.
You put your feet in, but on the metal on each one was a sock with jelly beans on it.
Can you imagine the ceiling was painted with like Satan and like gargoyles and a child like with like green satanic eyes, like nightmare scenarios.
Yeah. The whole entire the wallpaper was just people with herpes and gonorrhea and everything.
Holocaust people.
This is what could happen to you.
The AIDS crisis.
If you're not careful. That's how he talked. So how long have you been a comedian? Just a little pressure. Just a little bit of pressure.
It hurt? Wait, why did he go up the ass?
Because he goes just really quick and he just plowed in and then came right out. I don't know. I don't even know what he could have done that quick.
Really quick? Well, he's not checking a prostate.
No, I don't. Maybe I don't know what he's checking for, but it was, I don't know. It just felt very uncomfortable. It really did.
Ellen, my friend who's dead, her gynecologist was named Dr. Chim In Cho.
Chim In Cho?
Chim In Cho. No, you have to relax.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
She's a woman.
Yeah, well, okay. Like I couldn't do
a Chinese lady.
Yeah.
She's always telling Ellen to relax.
Relax?
You have to relax. Relax. Can you imagine that soothing? You have to relax.
You're too tight. You're too tight up there. I can't get in hole. I can't get a hole.
I just thought of that because of the ducks they have hanging upside down on the window in Chinatown.
Oh, God. Ugh.
The whole head on it.
I know. That is so gross to me. That I wouldn't eat. I would rather have water than eat that.
Well, in China, they like literally pick up a live chicken with its feet.
Yeah.
And then they just hack at it. They don't even pluck it. They just hack at it.
What are you talking about?
Food.
What do you mean? They kill it by
They just kill it by chopping it up with a big knife. Dogs, food.
Alive?
Alive. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Girl, child. Yeah. Alive. If there's more than one girl born, they do it to the child, too.
Stop it, Frank.
Stop it. That is a thing. Isn't it a thing, like if they have a girl child, they're not allowed to have another kid or something, or they have to...
I don't know. I'm not clear with certain things, so I shouldn't comment. But I know you're saying something that...
What do you mean not clear?
I don't know what the law is, but there's something about that it sucks to have
a girl child.
Yeah.
You mean Chinese law?
Yeah. Can't you only have one baby, or am I like...
I don't know. It's something like that now.
What if you have twin?
Then you have to pick the stronger one. You throw them both into like
I pick prettier one.
I picked the one with blue eyes. No, I don't have blue eye.
Brew
eye, blue tea.
I don't care about personality. I want one with good body.
Smaller one have better tits. Other one, no tits. Kill your other one in the sea.
Other one, no.
Throw her in the Black Sea.
Brack.
The no bus line, the other, the Black Sea. Show her good lesson.
Which one have better feet? Who care if nice person? Which one have better feet?
I almost spit my coffee. Feet. Because first of all, feet is such a funny fucking word.
Yeah, I know.
But it's also like, I feel like that's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
They bind them or something.
They used to bind them.
They used to bind... When I had a tape a set last week, I was looking for a man girdle.
What are you talking about?
You know those stores as seen on TV? They have the slimming, like women have Spanx.
Spanx. They have Spanx for men.
I couldn't find them in a quick rush. A man girdle. I couldn't find them.
A myrtle.
A myrtle. Myrtle. Can you imagine a newborn baby all swaddled and wrapped up named Myrtle?
Yeah, I mean, years ago, that was a big name.
But now...
Yeah, Myrtle. You want to go out? Oh, fuck you,
Myrtle sounds like a prison matron with, like, red hair pinned up.
It sounds horrible.
Keep your hands above the sheets, ladies. Myrtle.
My name is Myrtle, and I'm from Myrtle Beach. Isn't that odd?
My birthday is February 29th, which is funny, which means I'm still, I'm 24, even though I'm 80.
You know what, Frank? Your old lady voice is actually brilliant because a lot of them have that voice.
What is that?
Like that low. I think it's from screaming so much.
They have one vocal cord left.
Do it. Wait, let's play cards as two old Jewish women.
Okay, ready? Go ahead. It's different energies, too. Go ahead. Start.
I'm going to hand out the cards. You get one, I get one. You get one, I get one. You get one, I get one. Your turn.
Fine, whatever you want to do. So she walked into her daughter's kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Caroline picks up the sugar bowl.
What happened next?
Throws it at her daughter-in-law's head. And she says, "Get out of my house, you F. I want nothing more to do with this woman."
Oh, my God. What a
She
jerk.
has some nerve. Her daughter-in-law is disgusting. She should be ashamed of herself. It's your move.
It's your move.
It's your move.
All right.
It's your move.
I'm trying to focus on your story and which card to let go of. Hold on. I don't need the two.
Since Phil was alive.
Yeah, I'm going to put the two down.
I haven't felt like that since Phil was alive.
I have to tell you something about Phil.
You mean fill my hole? So,
No, Phil once made me very uncomfortable at Roz Kimowitz's daughter's wedding.
Roz.
Your husband came to me. He told me I look gorgeous in my red dress. And he touched me inappropriately. What do you think about that?
Phil was always flirting and handsy-kneesy with everybody. I never took it too seriously because when push came to shove, the less that I had to roll over and be violated. It was horrible. So if he could find that elsewhere, I was just a very happy lady.
I still feel like we gave him too much money. I said to give him 40, and he decided to give him 60. I want the $20 back. It was too much for the gift.
Like the caterer?
For the affair. In the card, we gave too much money in 1972, and I'm very upset.
in the cod.
Because that's a cultural thing.
What?
Like they went to some wedding that was so astronomical. My mother was like, "Get the card. I have to put more money in it." The card.
The card.
Because they like wheeled out the Viennese table with firecrackers on the river. Get the card. Get the card. Put $20 more.
The Viennese table.
Is that what it is? The dessert thing.
Yes.
I have to put more money in the card.
Who's handling the cards?
Who do we give the card to? Oh God, I got heavy cream on the card. There's stains all over it.
Irving, lick it off.
Who's handling the card?
Who's handling the
Wait,
card?
can I talk about for a second that thing you said on stage?
What?
The old Jewish woman, how the men are so emasculated by the time they're 80, they like the life is sucked out of them.
Yeah.
What was it? They dissipate? What's the word dissipate?
I don't remember the word I used, but they keep hunching over and hunching over.
Because the life is sucked out of them.
Yeah, they end up looking like
It's like in the horror movie when like the thing, it like sucks the life out of.
They're like, Beatrice, what am I going to eat for dinner? Like there's no...
Like eventually that cough wheeze just becomes their language. That's how they communicate.
Should we read I can't even talk. Should we read a letter?
Release? Oh.
Should we release before we over?
I need to release. Legit. Hold on.
Do you still have to poop?
I forgot about it. Oh, God.
Better come back.
So we have a Kathy Bates. We have a #1 fan, Mr. Sean Ellis. I nominate you for #1 fan. Sean wrote us like 7 letters this week.
Oh, thank you,
It's
Sean.
really sweet.
He spells his name like I do, I think. My
He
middle
spells
name.
his name like a woman. SHAWN.
That's my middle name.
Mm-hmm. Mine's Neil. Like, what do you call a guy with no legs?
I like the name Neil.
Okay. It says, I'm a fat pig too. Dot.
I'm a fat pig too.
And then it says asterisk, warning, this is going to be longish. So, Sean, I might have to, it really, like, look, I'm still scrolling.
Oh, my God.
We have to edit it a little bit.
Is that the Declaration of Independence?
In 1537, like, I don't even know what fucking date. Is it 1776?
I don't know. Read the last line. I'm joking.
Can you imagine?
Thanks, bye.
The best to you both. I'm a fat pig. Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I can't tell you how much I enjoy your podcast. It's a rather queer, organic way that I found you. I subscribed to Inside the Closet, that's Matteo Lane and Emma Willman's podcast, a month back, quickly binged them, but needed more. I asked Matteo for podcast suggestions. He pointed me toward PNS Explosions, so now I've been... Now I needed more. Frank was on Inside the Closet a few weeks back. I literally melted at his voice, so naturally I looked you all up. Being the OCD freak that I am, I have to start from the beginning, so I'm currently on episode number 7. Frank just talked about his shit doctor's appointment, and while I already know where you are coming from, his admission gave me #same feels and wanted to share. I never remember not being overweight, ever. Always 20 to 60 pounds too extra. At my heaviest, I was 245. 245, I hope you're like 5'1", if that's your heaviest, Sean. That's, yeah.
I was born at 245. That's how much I was when I was born.
I'll be 245 when I decompose for about a month and a half. I've done diets and fads, and while I lost the weight, that was funnier than you decompose like dead in the ground.
Oh, I forgot what that meant. I'm really crazy with vocabulary today.
Vocabulary.
Stop it.
I've done diets and fads, and while I lost the weight, put it back on. This is all of us. He wrote, because once I thought I lost it, I could go back to the way I ate and drank before. I was diagnosed as type 2 diabetic in December 2005. I remember that day. I walked home, tears running down my face. I thought, that's it, I'm done. At the beginning, I tried to do my best to rein in my eating. I was put on a few pills, but over time and years, more meds and passable blood tests. 3 years ago, my partner, who suffers from extreme anxiety and depression, lost his job. His downward spiral took over, so I started to become the mantle of provider, working to make more money. Okay, wait, I have to skip ahead because we're almost out of time. Food, here we go. Food was the answer, the cure, but it wasn't. In the last 2 years, I didn't give a second thought to what I ate, diabetic or not. This past January, I had a breakdown and was put on leave from work and totally, completely crumbled. The first month was binging total crap, and a month later, I went for my annual. The results were horrific. This time, the doctor was sweet, though, and nice, gave me benefit of the doubt. It changed that day. Her exact words, your blood tests are literally the worst I have seen in the past 10 years for any patient, let alone a diabetic. Keep this up, and within 5 years, you'll have had at least one heart attack, if not more, and that's just a starter. I freaked. So I'm going to skip ahead. She suggested I try a low-carb, high-fat diet. All my best friends were gone. Bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, carrots, beets, parsnips, and sugar. Dramatic but completely accurate. Now, this is where I'm going to have to end it because we have to wrap up. She pointed me towards a website, www.dietdoctor.com, and I said I'd take a look. Then I'm skipping ahead. The improvements were immediate. Within 3 days, my blood sugar was normalized, like complete normal blood sugar. Again, that's www.dietdoctor.com. I'm going to get back to this next time because it goes on and it talks about the improvements that were huge for him. Sean Ellis, thank you so much for writing. We're not done because I'll have to finish that letter, and you wrote more.
Well, thank you for writing to us, Sean, and I'm so happy that you're,
He really did a huge
shutting
turnaround.
your pie hole. Can you imagine how insensitive that is?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Glad you stopped.
I'm going to start putting this in motel nightstands instead of the Bible.
No, I love when people write to us, and thank you for reading that, Frank and Sean. Really, it helps us.
You're welcome, Jessica. Thank you for reading it.
No, it just makes me happy that people interact and really are listening and write to us and so honest. It's also. I don't know.
He's binge listening. Like he wrote us after every episode. Right. It's comical. I wish I could get to him.
And not everyone, interacts and does all that. So it just makes us feel good.
So happy.
Thank you. And we wish you the best. Really, take care of yourself. You're worth it. I'm not, but you're totally worth taking care of yourself.
And not just you, all of our listeners.
Yeah. Every Sean that listens.
We're grateful to all of you.
That was Frank, not me.
We have to get to Burger King.
Oh, God, I have to pee.
Write to us at heyfatpig@gmail.com.
Like, comment, share. Please help spread the word.
You got to share it or we're going to go off the air.
Off the air. We love you so much. Take care of yourself.
Bye.